So this is what you do when you have a lovely and talented person join you, just like if the late night shows, the lovely and talented Renee Young is joining us here at WWE Radio Row.
I thought you were talking about me for half a second, Brian, but
I guess it duly applies to both of us.
Well, I appreciate that. You are lovely and talented, and we are so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
We're talking about surfing right before we started recording here. I have no experience with surfing.
Yeah.
I'm going to get really insider with a question for you. You may not have any response to this, but I'm a kid of the 90s, right? I grew up on Power Rangers. Did you ever see the original Power Rangers movie?
No.
With Ivan Ooze?
No.
No, okay. Do you know anything about Power Rangers whatsoever?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Of course.
Well,
I used to want to be the Pink Ranger so bad because I could do like backflips.
Sure.
I think she was like the original like sex symbol for people like our age, right?
And
you're like, oh my God.
And she was the original, like, guys of my age had crushes on her
when
we were in grade school.
Oh my God, they loved her.
I feel like an old man right now because I did not grow up on the Power Rangers.
My favorite thing about Power Rangers was the putties, though.
Yes. yes.
So
and then
stupid.
How stupid they were, and then they made them dumber because it made them easier to kill.
They're so stupid.
But in the original Power Rangers movie, they were skydiving while surfing. Does that have a name? Is there a name for that?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Like they were like surfing in the middle of the, they were
Is
radical.
That sky surfing or
more
what's
phenomenal,
it called?
or
Wait, so they were skydiving, landed, and then started surfing?
No, they were like in the air, like on boogie boards or whatever, coming down out of the plane on surfboards.
Oh God, I have no idea.
I think they parachuted.
There's so
at
many
some
things
point.
like that. Like even in gosh, which movie was it where they like jumped off the top of like one of the buildings in New York and it was like they look like the flying squirrel kind of suit things.
Yeah.
Those things are badass too. I say I want to do that, but I definitely would not.
Are you an adrenaline junkie?
So, yes and no. I'm not so much now.
Okay.
I'm pretty like slow speed right now. She wants me to go be his mouthpiece. I'll be over there in a sec.
Someone's trying to steal it from us. We just started.
Come on.
Roman Reigns, come on.
All right.
Okay.
But so a show that I used to do when I first got into hosting, I would cover extreme sports and talk to a bunch of punk bands. So it was like a weird sports punk band hybrid. So I would do roller derby. I went and got in a pillow fight in a bar with like a 6'2" woman, and then I jumped out of a plane as well.
That's
but
awesome.
The thing that sucks about it is I was like, yeah, I'll jump out of the plane, I guess. So I was like on my way up to do it. Everyone was like trying to tell me not to do it.
Does
I'm like,
anybody ever jump out of a plane with that reaction? I guess I'll do. Like to me, I'm like, hell no.
I was so desperate to just like be entertaining and be on TV that I was like, yeah, I guess.
Okay,
I mean,
gotcha.
sure.
Yep,
I'm trying to get my foot in the door. I'm trying to make something happen.
Make some noise,
So I went to go do it, and they had like the helmets with the cameras on them.
Yeah.
Didn't capture any of it.
Oh, really?
They're like, do you want to go do it again? I'm like, hell no.
So you didn't enjoy your skydiving experience?
It was fine, but I'm not dying to go do it again.
See, I did it.
Yeah.
And I learned a valuable lesson when you skydive.
Okay.
And I enjoyed it greatly. Keep your mouth closed.
Oh my God, you can't breathe and everything dries up.
I had cotton mouth.
Yeah.
He's seen the shot.
Yes.
And the guy that was with, the instructor, for some reason looked like the Macho Man, believe it or not.
Great.
And like we're going down and all you see is, like that. And it was
hard
really
to
bad.
breathe at first because there's like so much air just like everywhere. It's crazy. It's cool
was.
though.
We're talking about being an adrenaline junkie, and so kind of taking that into perspective, skydiving. How much does that feeling exist now that you're in WWE in front of all these fans and you get that reaction and you're doing the pre-shows? You
It's
still get those
cool.
butterflies, like those energizing, nervous, but I'm ready to do this butterflies?
Yeah, it's always, I feel like you kind of want to have that little bit of energy
Sure.
before you go on.
It motivates you, right?
Totally, and it's just like, you don't want to start a show flat of like, hey man, welcome to the kickoff show. It's like, it's cool when you're out there like in the thick of like the WWE universe and everyone starts chanting and like, it's funny, it depends on like who comes out. I usually get out earlier because I'm like working on stuff, so I'll be out there and everyone's like, Renee, we love you, it's great. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so nice. And then as soon as Booker walks out, they're like, never mind. And Booker's just like, yes. Yeah, it's
His
cool
people,
though.
right?
Yeah.
You are doing a great job, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
You are so talented in doing those pre-shows and you really bring it together.
Thank you. I love doing it. It's a lot of fun.
And when it comes to the pre-show, so you're going to be doing that for WrestleMania coming up here.
Yeah.
So how much do you like getting dressed up when it comes to that part? Because you don't mind, you're a lovely woman, but you're a little bit more of a tomboy, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they're going to want you in a
Little
certain
cash.
outfit,
Well, so I've always liked to, I do like getting dressed up, but like in my day-to-day, I don't. I'm not like I kind of mail it in. But it is, I love playing, I say that, but I also love fashion. So I do like putting together outfits, and I like planning that stuff. But I don't really like doing dresses at WrestleMania because you walk around a ton, and I'm behind a desk, so no one sees it anyways. So I always like to do a little bit of a play on menswear because I'm the only female with a bunch of men. So I've always kind of done that. This year's a little bit different, though. It's got a little more bam.
Cool.
A little more, I feel like it's a little bit Lady Gaga-ish.
Oh, really?
Kind of, which wasn't intentional. It just looked cool, so I bought it.
What about the red carpet for the Hall of Fame ceremony? Do you have a certain dress picked out?
I do.
Is there a name brand associated with it?
There's not a name brand associated with it. So I like to get like nice casual clothes. So when I do a gown, I've always done this thing. There's a thing called Rent the Runway, where you can order a dress and they ship you out 2 different sizes. They're based in New York, and I think they've got some in Vegas and LA. So you would pay like $200. They send you out a dress, and then you just ship it back, so you don't have to keep it.
Oh, nice.
But
Convenient.
this year, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy something. But I didn't know where you even buy a gown, so I had to ask Maurice. And luckily, she was like, you have to get this and this and this and this. And she was like listing off all these different like gown makers.
You can't just get it at Target, because that's where I do most of my clothes
No.
shopping.
I love a good Target run. But no, I did get a dress. I think it's pretty cool. I've always been like, I always like a good, just like classic black kind of look. But this one, it's a floral. It's very busy.
Okay.
It's a little high. It's like a throwback 80s kind of party dress.
That's very in style, though. Patterns are in style. Busy's in style.
Totally.
So,
You love the 80s.
I'm actually more of a 90s person, despite my high-waisted jeans and like vintagey t-shirt. But I'm more of a 90s person.
80s style, 90s culture. Maybe.
I guess it depends. Sometimes I'm a little bit 90s style too, because I like being a little like grungy and messy.
Okay.
So I like that look a little bit. I'm big into the only thing that I feel like I love spending my money on or will shell out some cash for is a good like band t-shirt.
Okay.
So I have like a pretty serious roster of t-shirts that are in like rotation. But yeah, I'm more of a 90s person. I hate 80s music.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I hate 80s music. I don't like it.
And I'm really feeling old
Too
now.
synthesized, right? It's too overproduced.
It's too much. Yeah, 70s, great. 80s, there's some jams in there, but it's not really my thing. 90s, all day, every day.
90s question for you.
Okay.
Full House or Family Matters?
Oh, Family Matters.
Okay.
Yeah, Family Matters.
Okay.
Family Matters, this is like really, well, I guess part of this was 90s. I'm still obsessed with watching Fresh Prince and Frasier.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Fresh
Yeah.
Prince.
We
That
watch-
show has aged
Do you watch
incredibly well.
Cheers or just Frasier?
Just Frasier. So Frasier is like the thing that's always on at our house when we're falling asleep. It's like white noise now.
Yep.
There's Frasier constantly playing. It's a very weird
Nick
thing.
at Night? Is it on Nick at Night now?
Yeah,
They've done the rotation through.
I don't
so
think
where...
Frasier is, but Fresh Prince is.
Oh, yeah, that's
it's
right.
on Nick at
That's
Night.
right.
Yeah, it's like a classic hotel go-to.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You talked about your collection of T-shirts.
Yeah.
What's the most valuable one?
I have a really cool Neil Young one that I can't remember where I got it, but it's like this. It's a sweet Neil Young one for Tonight's the Night, and then I also got another really cool one at a vintage shop in New York. That's just like a picture of Keith Richards, but from like he's like 25 in it.
That's awesome.
It's a really cool T-shirt.
That's nice.
Those ones are probably my 2 favorites, and I also have a really cool Tupac one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Praying Hands, and a cool Biggie one. I have a lot of cool T-shirts.
Hip-hop
Sounds
fan?
like it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I kind of bounce around. I've got like some Aerosmith. I've got a lot of Bowie. I have a really great Dolly Parton one that's fantastic.
Wow, Dolly.
I got a
Dolly
Willie
Parton,
Nelson
wow.
one. Yeah,
Wow.
there's quite an array.
Yeah. So one of my favorite things right now when it comes to WWE programming is talking smack.
Oh, thank you.
The chemistry that you and Daniel Bryan have, it's like, I've got to stay up late. I need to watch Talking Smack
thank
as it's
you. I
going
love that.
on.
Thanks.
So did you feel like the chemistry was instant between the two of you?
Yeah, I think I've known Brian and I've been able to like hang out with him in more like not just work situations because of Bree. I'm good friends with Bree, so I've been on trips with them before. I mean, when we're doing Total Divas, I've been able to like hang out with them and spend some time. So yeah, it was cool. As soon as we started doing Talking Smack and I got the phone call that I was going to be doing Talking Smack and that Brian was going to be my co-host. Yeah, he's so great to work with. And for somebody that is not like a TV host, he brings like so much to the table. Even, I mean, obviously he does as like an entertainer and somebody that talks, but even just in like transitions, getting out of stuff, I'm like, wait, I thought that was my job.
Well,
What's happening?
Is he still on tout?
I don't think he's on Tout anymore.
You sure?
I think he's still trying to get it to happen. But between Tout and the Big Hog,
I was going to say the Big Hog seems like that is the line that gets you going the most.
Laugh every time.
Because that, to me, that's all Daniel is trying to do. Is he is just trying to get you to laugh as much as he can on the show. Like he picks a point, like, and it'll just be laying in the weeds, and with the Big Hog, we'll break
There's
out.
been times when he's starting to set something up. I'm like, where are you going with this? Where are you going? I'm like, oh my God, I can't handle it. Those are my favorite moments of doing TV, though. Anytime that you're actually like laughing and enjoying some stuff is like that's a sweet spot to be in. It's cool.
Do the guys love going out of the way when Dean comes on there of saying, hey, so what's going on here, without flat out saying it?
It depends. So I feel like we used to do that more often. Brian would do it to me a bunch. Dolph has done it to me a bunch. And then once we kind of had that situation with Miz and Maurice, and I mean, people see us on Total Divas, so it is right there. We try not to harp on it too much. It depends. I try to stay a little bit unbiased, but it's hard, obviously.
So I have kind of a final question for you. You've accomplished so much in your time in WWE in a really short amount of time, it feels like, and you're hosting the pre-show before pay-per-views now.
Yeah.
You're kind of all over TV. You're not behind the broadcast booth yet. What is next for Renee Young? What is your next big challenge you want to overcome?
So the next thing that I really want to do, I guess I can just talk about it. I don't know if it's even going to happen, but I really want to bring back Tuesday Night Titans.
Wow.
That's really what I've kind of got my heart set on. Yeah, I just think like doing something like that. My strength is as a TV host, and it's like, even getting behind the booth, I did kind of dip my toes in that a little bit, and it wasn't totally for me, but I feel like really being able to have a cool corner marked off in the network and being able to have something like that, that's the thing that I want to do.
And you're so talented in the interview booth with that casual setting with Daniel Bryan on the pre-show, so I think that would be a really awesome thing. I think it would be
cool, yeah. I just think like that's the next kind of step for me, is to have a show like that. That's all I've ever wanted to do as soon as I got into being a host, is to have a show in that kind of style. So hopefully I can make it happen.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, last thing. When you do Talking Smack, are you barefoot there as well, like when you do interviews?
Not usually, but yeah, I usually put on at least a flat shoe.
Yeah.
The barefootedness, I haven't been barefoot in a little while, actually. I mean, I'll throw it out there every once in a while.
Yeah.
It depends. It really depends on my outfit.
I hope this isn't a creepy question, but how many creepers do you have following you because of the foot fetish?
A lot. It's very weird. I never knew that was such a thing. But what's weird is before Triple H ever threw me under the bus for not wearing shoes, and people didn't know that, I didn't know that there's like a wiki feet site that I was on before I even came here, like from my old show in Toronto. I was like, there's a site just dedicated to like people's feet, and I have ugly feet.
I feel like we should stop, because there are people watching this video who are going to get
my feet are ugly.
Right
Don't
now.
look up my feet. They're not my strong suit.
Interesting.
Peter Rosenberg.
Renee, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Of course,
And
thank you.
enjoy your work, and looking forward to seeing what you're going to do come WrestleMania.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.